Hello, it is I, Dr. Brian Lorgon 111, and welcome back to Jelly is Sticky, where, to start things off for today, I would like to finish off the Chapter 1 area. Since last time, I took a look at this again, and finally see how to do it, I think. And it's not hard, so I don't know. I don't know why I struggled with this so much. So, I can, when I'm like this, if I go over here, no, if I go over where? If I go somewhere here, there we go. I can switch my eyes from the right-hand side of the L to the left-hand side of the L, so it's got like a different shape now. And having done that, then I could shear that off on the right. Is that what I wanted to do now? Oh gosh, I did this the other day, and now I have to remember if and what I need to do afterwards. That was actually good. So now I only have a guy to the right of me rather than to the left of me, yes, which enables me to shear off my eyeballs down in this section, and I can finally get to this puzzle, which has a name that I'm not even going to try to pronounce. Alright. Is this just a basic maze? It looks like it's a basic maze. Actually, oops, I did not mean to do that. I don't have to play this as a basic maze. I could play it like this, because I could still shear this back off. Are there any other useful places where I could shear something off safely? Kind of in the symmetric position. Okay, that said, so I can go that way and then come over here. Oh, that's it. Okay. Right, I need to remember. This is Chapter 1. This is not necessarily going to be rocket science. Okay, so what do we have here? Fetch quest. I need to fetch the guy on the right and bring him back over to the left. And there is one shear offable place over here. And if I were to shear somebody off, I still wouldn't be able to leave them resting in any one of the other strawberry locations, so I think I do have to operate this as a maze. I attached them to the left-hand side of me without really thinking about it. Can I actually get through everywhere in this configuration, or do I need him vertical? I don't immediately see a way to do this, but I don't see a way to do it vertically either. But while I'm like this, could I get down to the bottom portion and then do some shearing? Well, even that, Where is it possible? Where is anything possible? The game is impossible. If I were vertical, if I were horizontal. These seem to be relatively carefully spaced out. Actually, okay, mouse cursor. If I was vertical, I think I could slide through here and over here and over here, but we'd end up running into somebody over here. Could I, as a vertical, actually, I could go straight up through here vertically and then get down here and then shear him and make him horizontal. Okay, so suppose I tried to pick this guy up vertically. Is that even possible? I think yes, because I could have approached from this angle to get him attached to the bottom of me. Then if I did that... Oh, I already wouldn't be able to squeeze through there. And I can't squeeze through here, but I can squeeze through here. And then here. And then here. And then here. But then how would I do this last bit? Because if I have to get it horizontal, which it certainly looks like I do... Oh, then I can squeeze through here. Okay. Okay, so that's just seeing it. And it took me too long, but there we go. Fetch quest solved. And as a result, I am rewarded with more jelly jam that I don't really need. Okay, so if I back out of here, right, I'm rewarded with this, which enables me to do this, which enables me to come up here. That is the big reward. Gallery. So we only need to get 2 bits of jam. The question is, where are they coming from? Because it's not easy. So this one, like, I could actually just run down and go in there. The other one looks like, I mean, I could go down here, so maybe I want to push one down the other way. Let's imagine I want to push one down the other way. Why is it called gallery? I'm not sure. Also, well, why could I not do... Yeah, I've got some ideas already. So basically, I feel like I could get a stack of like 2 or 3 blocks and like be pushing down, but in order to get said stack, I first have to do some this, that, and the other in order to kind of make that happen, I'm guessing. Like, for the most part, everything here is on a grid, so is it possible to ever get 2 of these blocks together? That's not immediately clear to me. It worries me that I'm 2/3 through the game, and this is the simplest mechanic of strawberry jelly, and I still don't know how to do it. So it occurs to me, I have to go here, because there's no way I could ever push strawberry jelly down here. So the implication is I have to push and leave some jelly down here. And so somehow I'm going to get multiple pieces of jelly into this column so that I'm able to push them downwards and then shear them off somehow. And now the question is, like, how could I ever do that? How could I even get, like, any jelly into this row, for example? Is something that I'm wondering, and I don't know the answer to, because I managed to get 2 of them to stick together there, but they're just going to immediately shear off again as I go around corners and move my eyeballs, because everything is kind of offset in the grid like that. Okay, after staring at this a bit more, it's hard to see due to the way the game's colors are, but imagine this were like a chessboard, where the diagonal colors were like dark and light alternating or whatever. Or orthogonal colors, however you want to think about it. All of the interior jellies have the same chessboard color, but the corner jellies have different chessboard colors. And I think that's important, but I haven't yet figured out exactly how I use that information. Okay, I find it hard to think without a vocabulary, so let's kind of invent one. This guy that I just attached to is row locked. I can move him left or right, but I don't have a way to move him up or down, because anytime I try to go up and down, I end up just shearing him off. So he's an example of a row-locked guy. This guy is column-locked. I can move him up and down, but I can't move him left and right, because that just ends up shearing him off in a different spot. So some of these jellies are row-locked, and some of them are column-locked, like this guy. And so I've got a set of row-locked jellies, I've got a set of column-locked jellies. It is still the case that it's also that not so much because these guys were different chessboard colors, but because of the fact that they both started out in the same row, row-locked in the same row, that it means that I can do this shear and end up with this guy who was previously row-locked. Since he's part of a group of 2 that are stuck together, I can shear him off somewhere where he is now column-locked instead, and this is the only column that also had another column-locked jelly in it. So this guy seems good to, like, you know, bring into this column somewhere so that I can do something with these guys. But what is the thing I want to do with these guys? We'll probably look for another place where there is a row-locked jelly that I could coordinate them with. They just came from up here, so the only row-locked jelly that I can get is this one. So this is how I started things off before. Once I am in this row, Where is the only column lock jelly I can interact with? Well, it's right over here. It's this guy. Once I'm in this column, what's the only row lock jelly? Well, unfortunately, it's the one I just came from, and that's where I'm getting stuck. Feels like those are the only moves that I have available, and then I'm stuck, and so I'm not sure what else I should be seeing. Alright, I think I was on the right path before. So, these guys over here are row locked, but I can get 3 of them together. These guys are column locked, but I can get them together. These guys are row locked, but I can get them together. I can push this up in order to get this guy row locked with these. Here we go. Now some things are happening. Then I could push this guy up. Now I'm shifting the lump in the carpet, which is what I needed. Push it down. I think I was pulling and not pushing when I had 2 of them together. And what did I do here, though? I gave myself 2 here. And that's fine, because I can push this over to the right over here, and now I have these guys that are 3 of them together. Which means now these guys are row locked over here, and I need to switch from pulling to pushing in order to get that there, and now I have this row locked, sorry, column locked here. I can push this down, and now I have guys all together over here, which means I can pull them like this and leave one there, and that's what I need to do to solve the puzzle. Hot darn. Okay. So I had the right idea, and I got to this part and just didn't see that I could push them up and leave one in the position where my eyeballs were, and that was... Okay, I'm glad I was headed in the right direction and then just had a blind spot. Oh boy, that one... I'm glad to be done with this section. Okay, that was the final puzzle in the Chapter 1 related stuff it did this. So let me figure out what is the next puzzle anywhere I left behind. Alright, in the Chapter 5 area, I think, in Gemini, there are some unsolved puzzles yet. Yes, there are 3 unsolved puzzles in there. So in order to get into there, I'm controlling lots of eyeballs. And it looks like I need to push this down, actually. And then... I can push it down, but it closes off all of this because of the stickiness over here. So how would I get that unstuck? Right, I remember packing the guys in over there. Okay, so I have all these guys inside. I see. I need to... Well, no, that's not going to work. I can pack some of them... Yeah, it does work. Okay. So I pack them in there so that the right-hand side could not be pushed down. The left-hand side could be pushed down. That causes the thing to get unstuck, and now I'm inside here. Great. 3 more puzzles. Let's do it. In formation. Not to be confused with information. Okay. I just need to make a stair step, it looks like. Or even just that, because now we're in a formation that I can go up and right and up and right and up and right and up and right and up. And then I just have to get us realigned, like, almost so. Like that. There we go. Solved. Great. Okay, 1 puzzle was not so bad. Tooth extraction. I am controlling that and that. I need to get the orange down south, and I have a piece of strawberry jam if it'll help. I could do this. I've extracted the entire tooth, sure. Where am I using the jam? Presumably here, so that I can do that, and now I'm controlling these guys kind of separately. But now I have to get the tooth extracted. And how would I do that? How would I do that? I suppose if I were here, actually. No, that just brings me here. Is there a way I could pry the... How would I do that? I don't think there's anything useful I can do. I packed the jam into the corner, and so that's probably not a good idea. Let's reset the puzzle. With the tooth extracted, how do I get the orange out? The very yellow-looking orange. I mean, I guess I can also, yeah, I can get my guys apart between that. How do I get the orange out? Like, let's do this. Let's have me over here. And let's put the jelly there, and that doesn't really help with anything. What could I do with the jelly? I could make it so that you can't move down when I can. So suppose... Okay. Idea, brainstorm. Suppose the jelly is here in the center column. I get stuck to you here. No. I don't want to be stuck to you here. I changed my mind. I want to be... How do I get farther south of you? I guess I can do it here. Now I'm farther south of you. Then I get aligned here. Then... Why did I want this? I thought I wanted this for some reason. If I go right, that doesn't really help. No, what I actually wanted... I'm starting to see it. Give me a moment. What I actually wanted, I think, was maybe this? Because you can't move down anymore. Is that what I want? And if I were stuck on here and I move down, I managed to pry the orange off. So, that is step one. Now I can move the tooth out of the way. And now I just need to get the orange to the south of me somehow. The south of the single guy. So right now it's not to the south of him. I will be able to... I can't pick up the strawberry that way. So in order to get it south of the single guy... right now it's stuck on the side of the single guy, and I need to scrape it off. And that's not easy to do, and possibly it's impossible to do. I mean, I could scrape that off like that. Now it's south of the other guy. That might be interesting. Let's just stick you back up there so I can think for a moment. Actually, can I... No, right. Controlling orange doesn't stick to strawberry. Or actually, eyeballs on orange I think maybe does, but I don't have eyeballs on orange. From this position, like I could have you stuck on the side, sure. I could get you all the way down to there. I'd want to use the strawberry as leverage, but the strawberry is now stuck in that corner. But I think I need the strawberry to push you in, or I need to get... Wait a minute, I could do this. And I can't move left and right there. I can do that, and that, and that. There we go. Okay. Wow. I don't feel like I'm 100% of my normal brain capacity today for whatever reason. We all have good days and bad days. This is not feeling like my best day. But we are getting puzzles solved, and I can make sure that I keep it moving with editing. The magic of video editing. Hooray. Okay, so we got these guys spread out this way, sure. If I wanted to also get them horizontally something, 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 that might be hard to do, given what I have done. I think I have made mistakes. Can I correct the mistakes? I don't think so. So maybe I wanted to spread you more like this and kind of keep these guys close together so they don't get too separated. That already feels bad, actually. Feels like I might actually want to do this and this, so the guy that I need to press on is on the right-hand side, and then I can do that. Okay, great. I've solved those 3 puzzles, which means this is now listed as 19 of 19 solved. Okay, so that is progress. What about this? 9 of 10 solved. So there is a missing... Oh, I remember this one. It was the pin something that we were trying to drag out. And there was like a place over here to drop things off. Yeah. So what was it I was trying to do? It's not that hard to get to this puzzle, and I don't have to care about solving things in the correct order over there. So let me just get to the point where I can get to this puzzle. Okay, eyeballs on the yellow dot. Pin temple. Oh, right. I forgot. I was going to try to work this out on paper on my own, and I forgot about it. Okay. Because, yeah, that one won't be interesting to solve on camera, I don't think. Yeah, I don't enjoy that puzzle at all. Okay, what about here? 3 of 3 solved. Okay, no problem. Here, 6 of 6. Okay, let me find the next spot where I have unsolved puzzles. I think other than the pin tumbler, the only other puzzles remaining to be solved are in this difficult area. So let's go back to that. I had solved all of those. And so next up would be the coconut puzzles. Right, and I solved, right, a couple of these. And that's where we had left off, and then I started backtracking. Okay, great. So I need to get 4 coconuts into their respective spots. And there's only a few air gaps in the bottom right, and so those are kind of my pushing constraints, as it were. And so I might need some pushes to kind of do double duty. Okay. You know why I laughed. Like, sure, 3 gets that all the way over there. I just want to experiment really quick. 3 gets that all the way over there. And then over here, 3 gets that all the way there, and 3 gets that all the way there. Okay. So it seems like I will want to push 3 and 3 and 3 and 3. But I also have the middle and the bottom, which could also be useful as pushes. Specifically, this one I feel like will also be a useful push at some point, perhaps. And so it's kind of a question of when. It feels like I can't go last. He needs to already have someone to the south of him. Right, he needs to already have someone to the south of him. That's what this guy's going to do. He's going to push... Yeah, okay, I'm starting to see things. So, for example, suppose this guy was pushed down 1. This guy pushed over to here. Actually, just remind me where this would go. Suppose these guys each went pushed down like that and like that. That's already as far down as this guy can go. Oh, he can only get to the top. Right. Okay, hold on. So this guy is actually specifically constrained. It's hard to imagine him ending up in any final position other than top right of the 4 coconut targets. Because all I can do is push him right and down, and this is as far down as he can go, and going any farther to the right doesn't help. So he needs to end up there. So rightmost coconut is the upper right. What about the other guys? This one can be pushed down a surprising amount, because he could be pushed down there, and he could also be pushed down here. So let's imagine that he might want to be bottom right, perhaps, maybe. So then, knowing that, we got these guys. Well, he can also be bottom left, because this guy could be bottom right, the way I see it. Namely... no, he can't be pushed any farther to the right. I lied. Okay, and remind me where this guy is. This guy needed to be pushed farther to the right? Which would have had to have been... okay. The only way that this guy can go farther to the right is if I had pushed him down farther, which it's too late to do, and then pushed him further to the right that way, which means he has to be the bottom left guy. So, top right guy is in this column. Bottom left guy is in this column. And then the other two are reasonably obvious. Okay. And that guy, that can just be like the last thing that happens. Okay. So in order to get this guy into the bottom left, I need to get him somewhere where he can be pushed to the right. For example, here. And then I need to do some downward pushes, but there's also downward pushes I needed to do with somebody else in this column. So let's go ahead and do... Well, he could be bottom left or bottom right. Yeah, there's multiple possibilities here, actually. I had not witnessed the entire possibility space. I'm not sure that this is correct, but let me just do this to see more steps ahead in actual puzzle on screen land as opposed to inside Brian's brain land. So the issue here is, apart from the fact that I'm pushing these farther to the right, that's as far right as this guy can go. Right, okay, so I need to find a way to get this guy pushed farther to the right. And the way to get him pushed farther to the right is to push him down in this column and then push him farther to the right. So let's just do that, question mark. Except for I need to use my downward push. I need to get this downward push out of the way before I do that. Otherwise, he will be pushed into a bad position. Then... Come on, brain. And now I missed my opportunity to deal with the guy in this column because he can't be pushed down far enough. Okay, so here's another way to read it. This guy needs to be pushed down 1, 2, 3, 4. This guy needs to be pushed to the right 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's just to get him here. Right, so this guy needs 4 distance, this guy needs 4 distance, this guy needs 3 distance and 1 distance. So this tells me, like, basically how many coconuts I need in a row or a column that are getting pushed. 2 of them getting pushed by 1 push, I think. Because I have at most 9 pushes. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I need 18 amount worth of pushes, and I have 18 amount worth of pushes, so it's actually, I'm not constrained by that. I'm constrained by kind of like which and how they coordinate. Okay. I have all the pieces, and I know I could just like flail around and get it. I wish I had a better way to just talk about and reason through all the things that I want to do. But I'm still lacking that a bit. Okay, so middle moving to the right has to accomplish 2 things. One is it needs to bring this coconut over here so that he can be pushed farther down and farther to the right. 2, did it have to participate in something else? I actually don't remember right now. And right, but it can't happen that early. Yeah, so the ordering is maybe the thing that is the most constraining. Maybe. So if I do things like this... Ah, then I've already wasted my opportunity to get you down. Right, so I have to... Okay, I'm starting to see more of the problems. This guy has to be pushed further to the right, and this is his first opportunity to do so. This guy has to be pushed further down, and this is his first opportunity to do so. Those two are kind of in conflict. Are they in conflict? Yeah, because this guy can't be pushed down anymore because that column's already been used up. And if I do this first, then, well, that should be okay. But the problem is this guy moves into here, and there was something else that this column was going to be used for as well. Which means I probably want to go ahead and lock this guy into place and get this guy out of that column so I don't have to worry about that anymore. This is starting to feel good, actually. And so now, if this moved here, this moved down 2, this moved over 1, this moved down 1, that moved over 1, that moved down 1, then that's going to solve it. I don't know that I can completely articulate the thought process, but there was a thought process that went in, and this time I was able to do it. So we're going to call that good. What else could we call it? Leash again. Alright, there is a black block inside the big hole, so I have a finite amount of movement constraint. Although it helps me get just about everywhere. And I basically just need to make a mechanism that is going to pick up What's-a-Doodle over here. Pretty sure that's his name, What's-a-Doodle. Sounds right. I accidentally pushed that down and that was a bad move. Don't do that move right there. Oh. I guess I should do this. I cannot get left of that. Oh, I have to do them one at a time in order to hook that up? Looks like it. Okay, let's imagine I have to hook these up one at a time. Oh no, I have to push... Hold on. I think I have to push this farther to the right is what I need to do. So if I push this as far to the right as it can go without messing with any other stuff, then pick up this mechanism and gently push it down here. Then I can hook it in and lift up, and then in order to disengage everything, how do I disengage everything? Because I need to get the Z pieces back out. And while I can obviously... Oh, I can't even... Obviously. I need to use the Z pieces to push it down. Oh, okay, I can't push it that far. Okay. So let's say I only push it, say, that far. And then try to re-kajigger the Z pieces to... I'm not sure that that's possible. How do I push down? So imagine I'm pushing here, and imagine we're 1 square away from the solution. So there's a plus that's just to the north of where it's supposed to be. This is as far right as I can be. So then if there were a Z piece here, and there were a Z piece here, I don't see how I would be pushing down on this. This is as high as I can go. Is there another way that I could use the Z piece as leverage? Let me reset the puzzle for a minute. Here's the problem that I see. That was too high, so don't bring him up. Okay, don't bring him up. I brought him too far to the right. So this is the most I can press down with 1 Z piece. And obviously, this is all to the left of where the plus would be. So one Z piece is going to be insufficient. So somehow I would have to use the second Z piece? Okay, let's reset again. I mean, I guess it's going to be possible somehow, but I'm not seeing it right now. So let's ignore the plus again for a moment and just try to imagine how these two Z pieces could coordinate to be pressing down on the plus at the end. So if that one were there, and this one, I can't, I mean, I can get it here, but I can't press down on it. I can press down on it. I can press down on it with my top end like that. I see. So that's how I'm going to press down on it at the end. Okay, so knowing that now, then perhaps we have enough information to solve the puzzle? Question mark. And we can move the plus over, which seems like a good thing. So move the plus over. We move the Z's over. We gently move the Z's into position to lift up the plus. We lift up the plus just high enough, but I need to be able to fetch the Z's back, so let's make sure I don't get too far over to where I can't unjigger all of this, and I already have. Is that true? Hold on. No, I can probably... I mean, I can lift this, but can I get... How did I break these apart again? I don't have a way to break these apart again, do I? Yeah, I don't think I can from this angle, so I think I brought the plus too far to the right. So from here, that is... Actually, this is high enough for the plus. So from here, if I push this one to the left, and then... Oh, I've already made a mess of this. There's not a lot of space to work with here. Imagine that, a sokoban puzzle with not a lot of space to work with. I know, you're astonished. It's an unforeseen turn of events. I'm going to need one of the Z's like up in my little crook or whatever, so why don't I just leave one of the Z's up in my little crook for now. So what I was thinking is if I push this to the left, somehow I could push it back to the right and separate these two pieces. No, I can do this to separate these pieces. All right, that's awkward, but doable. So I need to get the plus underneath this Z, which I can do like so. That seems worrisome. Then if I use this Z to push against the plus, the plus is now in the correct doodad, but that Z has moved too far to the right. Okay, so I need to get that Z out of there. The rightmost Z. Rightmost Z, I'm coming back for you in just a second. Can I come back for you? I need you to be higher. I could get you... No, I can't get you higher. Do I need you to be higher? Is the way that I press the plus just using this Z while I'm at this height? Maybe. But then they're interlinked. I need the Z to be one higher. I would need it to be here. Then could I connect the other Z's the way I need to? In any case, the plus is now in the correct column, but that Z has become inaccessible. So the Z in the upper right is still problematic. It's too far in the upper right. Can I rescue it at this point? No, I have to back up to before I had pushed the Z this far. Wherever that was. So let's only push the Z that far, I think. In which case I can push both of these guys a little bit to the left so that I can separate these two. How much room do I have here? The plus might be able to go above both of these Z's. which I think might be a prudent operation. I think it can. I could still get underneath that Z. Okay, so the plus is somewhere over there. And it's okay if the plus goes further down now. So then I want to get one of the Z's shoved over in the crook of the plus like that, except for that's already too high. How am I going to get the plus further? Okay, I need to get the plus further down. I could push the plus further down if I hadn't pushed it that far to the right. So from here, I can push the plus further down. But I can't push that Z to the left. Darn it, there's just not enough space. Yeah, this Z needs to be further to the left. I pushed this Z too far to the right. It was hard to not push that Z that far to the right. I was reordering these guys, but the plus in that Z... I had one more space. No, I didn't have any more space. If they had been one farther down... What if I had had some better space to do something, something, something? I didn't pay attention to exactly what column the Z starts getting into trouble, so we might already be in trouble. Oh, and also I can't get around the plus, so I couldn't have pushed them that far down. Oh my goodness. Puzzle game. Difficult. Brain exploding. So once again, if I have the plus there, I somehow need to get two Z's above it. So I need to push a Z with a Z. But I also want the plus down as far as I can get it while I'm here. So that would be there. Okay. Plus down as far as I can get it. I can still get around both Z's. I would like to... Oh. It's okay. I can lift this Z with this one. Because I have more space to work with now. So we kind of like get them into... I lifted them too high. So we have slightly more space to work with them. I should be able to get around that one. And this one... I want to be here. I think that's right. So if I have that guy there, then this guy can just get stuck in my crook or whatever. He's not high enough. How do I get him higher? Is there a way to get him higher? There must be a way to get him higher. How would I get this Z higher? Okay. I thought I had a Z higher at some point over here. I was experimenting, imagining that the plus was... Okay, I understand. The plus was already one deeper than he is. So what I need to do is when I'm here, push him down, then right, and then that's as far as I can get him. And then from here, now when this guy gets up in my crook, he'll be at the correct height, and then can press down. Okay. Oh my goodness. These are some tough puzzles. Alright, well, this will be a good place to pick up next time. I'm going to say, I hope as always that you all are having a great day, and I will see you again soon with more Jelly is Sticky. For now, bye-bye.